go down to the field now and join Leslie Visser.
Al, Bill Cowher has never lost 2 straight games, both at home. But, Bill, last week you benched your quarterback. You gave up 41 points on defense. What do you have to do tonight?
Well, we got to come out and put last week behind us, play like we know how to play. It's Monday night. It's a big game, 9th game of the season. Get our crowd into it. We need some big plays, get them into it, kind of feed off it.
You're kind of magic on Monday night.
Yeah,
Thanks, Bill. Back to you, Al.
All right, thank you, Leslie. Bill Cowher in his 7th year. He has guided his team into the playoffs in each of the previous 6, once to the Super Bowl. Ryan Longwell will kick off for Green Bay, and back deep to receive for the Steelers are Will Blackwell, 89, and David Dunn, the ex-Bengal, 83.
Got to be excited for this game, huh, guys? This is great. This is a great atmosphere, a great stadium to play in, and 2 teams that need this win very badly.
The crowd waving the towels per usual in Pittsburgh. It's a short kick, fielded on the run by David Dunn up at the 16-yard line. A flag comes in as Dunn gets tackled at the 32-yard line. So a flag on the opening play. And the referee tonight is a rookie referee, Ron Winter, number 14, who's been in the league 4 years as an official, but his first year as a ref, and a holding call against Pittsburgh will move the Steelers back.
Certainly not what you want when you have a struggling offense.
Holding. Number 54 during the return. 10-yard penalty.
First down.
Dante Jones to the displeasure and chagrin of Bill Cowher. And we take a look right now at the offense for the Steelers. Cordell Stewart, drafted out of Colorado as a quarterback, wide receiver, and possible running back 4 years ago. Now in his 2nd year as the Steelers' #1 QB on first down, going right to the air and hits Courtney Hawkins, who caught 14 passes to set a new Steeler team mark last week against Tennessee. The rest of the offense, you've got the bus out of the backfield. He's the key guy. And Tim Lester, the blocking back. Charlie Johnson and Courtney Hawkins on the outside with Mark Bruner, the tight end. Up front, the veteran Wolford, the rookie Faneca from LSU, the Pro Bowler Dawson, Stye, and Jermaine Stevens, with not a lot of experience at right tackle, where Justin Strelzik is gone for the season. It is 2nd down and 4, and the bust on his first carry of the night swings to the outside, takes it up to the 24, shy of the first down. Tackled there by the rookie Vonnie Holiday. Let's look at that Green Bay defense. Up front, as Fritz Shermer takes a look at this unit, Reggie White having a tremendous year. Dotson, Gilbert Brown, and the rookie Holiday from North Carolina. Kuntz, Harris, and Williams are the linebackers. In the secondary, Newsome and Tyrone Williams at the corners. Leroy Butler and Darren Sharper are the safeties. 3rd down and 1. Out of the eye, Lester the up back. Bettis is the tailback, and Jerome with a first down, a 9-yard carry to the 33, tackled by Sharper.
What a terrific block that time by Tim Lester. You have to like the way the offense of the Steelers have come out and play right now. Open it up, let Cordell throw on first down, which is what you always want your quarterback to do. And then give the ball twice to Jerome Bettis and let him follow Tim Lester.
Charles Johnson moving out wide left. Johnson last week, 3 touchdown catches. From the 32-yard line. Stewart to the air again on first down. And it is caught by Charles Johnson at the 31-yard line. No gain or even negative yardage on the play. Leroy Butler with the coverage.
That almost looked like some type of a confusing pattern run by Johnson, and it was strictly an outlet pass thrown by Cordell Stewart as Fritz Shermer signals in the call from the far sideline.
No, Danny had a slant inside that he wanted to throw, and the linebackers got in the throwing lane, and that's what you want Cordell to do. Throw it to the second receiver. Don't try to force it to that first guy.
Back to Bettis. And this time he picks up about 3 to the 35. So each series has begun with a pass and then a couple of runs, and it's 3rd down and long upcoming here.
Boomer, radio stations, television stations here in Pittsburgh doing polls on Cordell Stewart. People seem to have lost sight of the fact he's halfway through his 2nd year as a starter.
It's an amazing thing. Talking to Bill Cowher last night, they were saying how Last year, there really weren't expectations for him, and this year the expectations are so high because they got to the AFC Championship game that this kid now has to play under an extreme amount of pressure in his home stadium.
4 wideouts, 3rd down and 7 from the 35-yard line. And Stewart out of the shotgun, hangs in there, open, wide open, Courtney Hawkins inside the 30, cuts it back, and Hawkins inside the 20, finally taken down at the 12-yard line by Tyrone Williams.
An outstanding job of pass protection by the Pittsburgh Steelers front wall. They picked up the blitz. Leroy Butler, as he is so prone to do, blitzes for the Packers. Butler, I believe, will come in from the left of your screen. He's picked up by Jermaine Stevens. And even though Stewart took a shot, they gave him a chance to find Hawkins downfield.
Great play design that time, too, to beat man-on-man coverage and let Hawkins outrun Newsome down the sideline.
First down after a 53-yard gain to the 12. And back to the ground to Bettis, who takes the ball inside the 10 to about the 8, 2nd and 6.
You know what I really like, Dan, is watching the way the Steelers, after the ball was completed, they got down the field, got in the huddle, and got the play call and got to the line of scrimmage in almost a hurry-up fashion. And it puts an awful lot of pressure on the defense of the Green Bay Packers to match up in this situation.
Well, I think the Steelers know that the reputation of the Packers is, as the game goes along, they tend to get tired. It would benefit Pittsburgh to play an up-tempo game.
It is 2nd down and 6 now from the 8-yard line. Stewart, good protection, fires incomplete into the end zone, intended for Courtney Hawkins. 3rd down and 6.
Oh, they caught a break. You know, these are the types of things that young quarterbacks have to be really careful about, is when you're down here in the red zone, you have to make sure that you see the safeties. And if you don't see the safeties, the chances for interceptions and bad things to happen obviously raise. And this time, Cordell comes back. He turns his back and keeps his eye on one receiver, and you can see 2 players right there. That's the problem that Cordell's having, trying to force that ball into double coverage.
3rd down and 6. With Johnson in motion. And Stewart looking that way and hits Johnson at the 6, and he takes it into the end zone. And the Packers defense looked confused on that play, as well as the earlier long gainer to Hawkins.
They completely lost track of Johnson.
I bet you if they took a poll right now, who do they think they'd want to be playing quarterback, right?
Well, you saw Mike Holmgren almost saying to Fritz Shurmur, in effect, what in the world's going on there?
Well, look at Cordell looking downfield, then going to his second receiver like he did earlier on this drive, and Johnson makes a nice play to get into the end zone.
Green Bay covering Johnson like he was the 5th receiver in the pattern.
Norm Johnson kicks his 267th consecutive extra point, all-time NFL record, and it's a perfect opening drive for the Pittsburgh Steelers, coming off that horrible loss last week, now leading 7-0. Pittsburgh Steelers with an opening drive that culminates in a touchdown. 85 yards in 9 plays, and now the Green Bay Packers will get the football for the first time tonight.
If you're a Steeler fan, you have to be happy with the way that Cordell Stewart manages offense. He hit the second receiver a number of times in that particular scheme and read man coverage on a blitz and hit Courtney Hawkins for the big play.
Roel Preston is having a great year running back kicks, back deep along with the rookie Corey Bradford. And it is taken at the 10-yard line. In fact, it's Preston who tells Bradford to get out of the way and takes it back to the 30-yard line.
The other way I want it.
They tried to take it away from him, and he said, no way.
Monday night, I want it.
Brett Favre, 3-time MVP, making his 102nd consecutive start. With Travis Jervey now the feature back, William Henderson the fullback, Brooks and Freeman outside. Freeman having a fabulous season. Timmer is the tight end. Verba, Rivera, Winters, Timmerman, and Dotson up front. Brett Favre, 14 interceptions in his last 5 games, including 3 last week against San Francisco. And they begin with Jervey taking it to the 31 for a gain of 1. The Pittsburgh defense, one of the few teams in the league still playing the 3-4, as they have for years. Roy, Steed, and Henry Up front, Gilden, Kirkland, Holmes, and Dante Jones are the linebackers. With Carnell Lake, we'll keep an eye on him, and Washington at the corners. Flowers and Perry the safeties. We say we'll keep an eye on him. He injured his ankle last week, missed the second half, and was questionable coming into tonight's game, but he is in the starting lineup. Second down and 10, and Favre looks that way, and Lake loses his man, but the pass is errant, and Brooks can't haul it in. And there's a flag down.
Looks like this could be after the play. A personal foul, either that or holding on number 62, Marco Rivera.
Rivera tangled up with Kevin Henry. And it is a personal foul against Green Bay.
And one of the things that was really disappointing for Coach Cowher last week was not so much how badly the offense played. I think he got kind of accustomed to the passing game.
Unnecessary roughness, number 62 of the offense. A 15-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
But what he didn't expect was to have his defense not tackle. They gave up 153 yards rushing to Eddie George, who's one of the better running backs in the NFL. But you know, this defense is built on tackles and making plays, and you can see them getting right in the face of Brett Favre, forcing him to throw the ball a little off the mark.
Back to the 16-yard line. It is second down and 24 for the Packers, who come up in a tight formation. And it's Jervy. And Travis Jervy gets it back close to the original line of scrimmage. Forced out of bounds by Darren Perry. Travis Jervy last year went to the Pro Bowl, but as the special team player from the NFC. He had carried the ball on occasion 2 years ago, not at all last year, and then this year with Dorsey Levens getting hurt and Raymond Harris just not right. He's the guy.
And there's a good look at the Packers yards per carry, that all-important number, very last in the NFL. Jervy's been nursing a bit of a sore toe, had a couple good practice days this week, and said he's anxious to be playing on artificial turf. Makes him feel faster. He's more comfortable running on this surface.
Third down and 11 from the 29-yard line. Favre. Everybody's covered. As only Brett can do, still on his feet. Across the green, throws, and somehow it's Antonio Freeman for a first down to the 45-yard line.
You know, he's beautiful, really. I mean, to watch him do some of the things, and in talking to Jim Haslett, the defense coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he was saying that, you know, the thing that makes Brett Favre so great is just how spontaneous he is in the things that he does in the pocket.
This isn't coach. This is nothing more than Brett playing sandlot football. But Boomer, it's what he gets on this ball, throwing it like that. Look, he's got his feet in the air, and look at the zip that he gets on the football, getting it to Freeman.
How about that double Salchow he did?
Nice job, Dick.
From the 45-yard line, a little screen set up to Jervy inside the 40, and that's close to a first down. Tackled by Kevin Henry at the 35-yard line.
You know, he's beautiful the way he plays. He plays with reckless abandon. He's actually right there on the lunatic fringe, and he's driving Mike Holmgren crazy during games because of some of the decisions he's made throwing the football. But the thing, I mean, how could you not just love to watch him play? I mean, he's just unbelievable, some of the things that he can do. But then he might turn around and just hit Carnell.
But you have to admit, Boomer, when he let that ball go into a crowd, you're going, oh, no.
Oh, great throw.
Yeah. Second and 1 from the 36-yard line. Out of the eye.
Joel Steve.
Yep. And this time it is Raymond Harris going nowhere. So they put Harris in the game. The former Chicago Bear who was hurt last year. They operated on Raymond, and he just hasn't been right.
No, he still limps when he walks. He limps when he runs, and he's just that's just the way it is. And that may be the Raymond Harris we see for the foreseeable future. He is everything in Green Bay right now is just biding time in the running game until Dorsey Levens comes back, maybe at the very end of this month, maybe the first week of December.
All depends whether they have to remove the screw from his ankle. If they don't, he's back in a couple of weeks. If they do, a month to 5 weeks, and Favre has to take a timeout after he looks at the play clock, which is already down to 1. It'll be third down and 3 upcoming from the 38-yard line as the Pack takes a timeout. Here in Pittsburgh, the Steelers up 7-0 early. Big Saturday of college football coming up here on ABC. Regional action. Take a look at those beauties. UCLA, Washington, and Nebraska against top-ranked Kansas State. Ohio State after that loss on Saturday against Iowa, North Carolina, Virginia. Check your local listings. 3:30 Eastern time. Saturday. 3rd down and 3 after the timeout, and it is Travis Jervey not getting the first down, only to the 36, tackled there by Chris Oldham. So the choice now is 4th or 1 or a 53-yard field goal attempt.
It's an interesting dilemma right now for Mike Holmgren. I would think that he's probably going to go for it. He's looking to find out how far it is. He'll probably go for it here. He has that much confidence in his offense. So
Sherman Lewis in the background there, the offensive coordinator who calls down the plays.
now, do they snap the ball, Dan?
Absolutely.
4th and 1. They snap it. They give it to Jervey, who picks and threads his way for what appears to be a first down, tackled by Earl Holmes.
That was hardly a pile driving run. Do we have a flag somewhere? The officials are sure all getting together.
It almost looked like Dante Jones was trying to call timeout number 54.
And he got it.
He did it. Okay,
he called
got it. Yes.
So the Steelers on the 4th and 1 as the pack lined up for it. They take a timeout. They get it. It's 4th and 1 when we come back. First quarter, 6:10 to play. There is the TO. 7-0 Steelers. Haslett is the Steeler defensive coordinator. His unit right now will try to stop the Packers on their opening drive. Levon Kirkland, the linebacker.
If they run it here, Jervey better go in there a little heavier than he went last time.
Yeah, but they're going to pass it, or Favre's going to roll it and throw, and it's caught for a first down. Robert Brooks makes the catch, and he's out of bounds at the 26-yard line, or actually just stayed in, but he picks up the first down by plenty.
That's when you have confidence in your quarterback.
That's exactly, to call a play like that. This time, Brett is rolling to his right to get away from the pass rush. He has Antonio Freeman running underneath, and then his second receiver is Brooks. And the unique thing about the receivers, along with Brett Favre, is they have such a feel for one another, that they know where they're going, especially when things break down.
And Robert Brooks, great example of a guy looking it in.
Great play fake, and Favre throws, and that is incomplete, intended for Antonio Freeman, covered there by Carnell Lake.
I remember talking to Mike Holmgren earlier when we had him this year, and when they get into the red zone or red zone territory, right around the 20 to 30-yard line here, they like to throw for it. They like to go for it. They don't want to be messing around, handing the ball off. His theory is to go after the end zone and try to get it in one big play.
Yeah, I remember him telling us in the meeting, Boomer, he said every play in the red zone is designed to get us into the end zone.
As long as the defense will allow us to go for it.
Well, when you don't have the ability to pound it out, that's what you're forced to do.
Right now, they're a little outside what would be the red zone, outside the 20. And this is Jervey taking it to the 22-yard line.
Is that a live ball? Nobody's signaling one way or the other. Well, then finally we get a call.
The interesting thing about the Packers offense, and in watching them evolve over the years, especially with Dorsey Levens and how versatile he is, they run the screen pass about as well as anybody's ever run the screen pass in the NFL. And, you know, and Brett Favre has been the beneficiary of that in a lot of ways. And, you know, they run screens off of all their plays, all their passing plays, not just your basic screen pass.
It takes timing, and it takes offensive linemen that can run and are good blockers in space.
On 3rd down and 8, Harris hands the ball to Freeman, but Lake is right there. Great play by Carnell Lake. Trailed him all the way, stayed with him, throws him down at the 34, and sets up what will be now more than a 50-yard field goal. 10-yard loss.
Well, normally when a reverse gets broken up, it's because somebody went upfield on the play side. It's not often that you see it run down from behind the way Carnell Lake does right here. He's got man coverage on Freeman, and he just goes after him. I think Carnell's ankle's all right.
Looks fine to me right there.
Yeah, I think that high ankle sprain is a thing of the past.
Longwell, a 51-yard kick. He has not missed a kick all season. It is long enough. However, it is wide. Wide to the right, and so a huge play by Lake as he turns what would have been about a 40-yard field goal into a 51-yard attempt, and it's no good. And the Steelers still have the lead 7-0.